Hi fam, you are welcome back to my channel. I am Frida Hose. So if you've always wanted to do a smoky eye but you don't know how to go about it, don't worry, I got you. So I'm going to break everything down, all the teas about eyeshadow, about smoky eyeshadow. That is what we are doing today. So don't worry, because I'm going to be taking it step by step. I'm going to make it really easy so you can also practice at home. So guys, if this is what you want, then stay tuned because we are getting right into it. So guys, I've done my eyebrow off camera. So if you want a detailed video on eyebrow, I have a video on that, and I'm going to leave the link in the description box, so you can watch that if you want an eyebrow tutorial. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start using, I'm doing a smoky eye, which is black, a black smoky eye, but then the transition is going to be kind of pinkish and mauvish. I'm going to be using the pinks and the mauve matte colors in this eyeshadow palette from Affordable Beauty. So guys, I'm using this first. I'm going to start off using this orange first. This color is what I'm starting off with. So I'm now going to go ahead with this shade, the lighter mauve here, and build on that. So guys, I'm now going in with a deeper one here on that. So I'm now going to go in with a brush I used for the crease to blend everything out together. So I'm going to be picking this deep violet or mauve here. With smoky eyes, guys, some people just prefer to go ahead and use the black eyeshadow and then go ahead with what they want to do, and that is it. But I prefer to have some color on my crease before I go in with a black eyeshadow or any other color I want to use for my smoky. So if you want to just go ahead with your black, that is fine, but I think it would be better if you have some kind of color on your crease. Use some kind of color for your transition before you go ahead with any other color you want to use for your smoky eye. You can also use black for your transition. Some people do that and it's fine, but then I prefer using colors. I prefer using mauve, green, like I prefer mixing colors on my crease first before I go in with a black eyeshadow on my lid. I hope you get it. And make sure you blend everything together. In eyeshadows, right, or in makeup, in anything makeup, I've always been saying this, 50% of the work is blending. Okay, so if you don't know how to blend, or if you don't have the time to blend, your makeup is always going to have flaws. If you want a flawless makeup, make sure you have the time for it. That is why, for me, if if I don't have the time, I don't do makeup. Make sure that if you are doing makeup, then you must have the time for it. You must have the time to blend, because blending is the whole thing. Like, blending is 50%, your product and your brushes are 50%. So blend, like, have the time to blend all the time. I hope I'm making sense. Okay guys, so we are done with our transition and our crease and everything in this area. So the next thing to do now is to go ahead with a smoky. So just as you prime your eyelid, or you give a base to your eyeshadows, the same applies to smoky. But then I won't be using the nude or colorless base or eye primer for my smoky eye. I'll be using a black primer from LA Girl. So this is it. Pro primer, HD, high definition, blah 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 blah. So this is the eyeshadow primer I use for my smoky eyes, and it's black, so it just makes everything better. Like, so just go ahead and apply this on your lid where you'd want to have the black color. Don't apply too much, just take your time and apply in bits. We don't want to have our black all the way up here, so don't apply it all the way up there, just on your lid. It shouldn't enter your crease. So I'm going to be blending this out. For me, I have designated brushes for my black eyeshadows, so this is what I use for my black eyeshadows. So I'll be using that to blend out the primer, because this is in a solid form, so you have to blend it out. And guys, if you don't have this black primer, you can use your solid eyeliner. If you have a solid eyeliner, you can use this on your eyelid before you go in with your eyeshadow. So I'm just going to blend this properly and do the same thing with the other eyelid. Some people even use black lipsticks as their base before they go in with a powder. Anything you are comfortable with, anything that's not going to leave any harsh lines or refuse to blend, anything that's not going to refuse to blend, you can use that on your eye, and anything that is not harmful to your eyes. You can use that on your lid before you go ahead with the eyeshadow to top it up. You cannot do this and leave it this way. It is not possible. So make sure after applying the primer or the eyeliner or whatever you are using as your base, you blend it out before you go in with the eyeshadow. It is very important, guys. So I'm going to go ahead now and pick this right here, the black shadow right here, to top up my base. And I'm using a very solid brush because this is matte. It's kind of powdery, so I'm using a solid brush so it doesn't get all over my face. A dense brush, I should say. Just take your time and pat it all over your eyelid. I'll suggest you use a dense brush if you are using a matte eyeshadow. Okay, eyeshadows that don't have any shimmer in it is what we call matte. So if you are using a matte eyeshadow as I am using right now, I suggest you use a dense brush to pick it up so it doesn't get all over your face. And especially if you've done your face already before applying the eyeshadow. And then guys, I also think that it is better for you to do your eyeshadow first before you go ahead to do your face, because if you're not using an eyeshadow, if you're using an eyeshadow that falls out a lot, you're going to mess up your makeup. So do your eyes first before you go ahead, okay? Especially if it's a smoky eye, you know, the black can just mess up everything. So I'm going to go ahead. This is my designated brush for blending black. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this out. Just blend out the edges. Just blend. Don't be afraid to blend. Just blend into the crease, but don't blend all the way up here. Just take your time and blend it out. I think this is not enough, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little more. And blend it out. Okay. Yes, so I guess this is done. This is fine now, but I have to add a little bit into the inner corner here. Okay guys, so I am done with this particular eye, and as you can see, you can still see the colors I used for my crease. You can still see the mauve, you can still see a bit of orange there, like you can still see colors. It's not just black. At least this is giving some life to the eyes. This is giving some life to the eye. It's not just everything black, guys. You see, so it is more proper, if I should say, if you use some colors for your crease before you go in with your black eyeshadow. Okay, going to do the same thing to the other eye. So guys, let's see the difference here. You see, this is just applying the eyeshadow and leaving it the way it is, and this is blending. So which do you prefer? Would you prefer to blend or to leave it the way, just the way it is? Guys, blend like your life depends on it. If you are doing makeup, just do it, like do it once and for all. Don't be lazy about it, okay? I see people do this all the time, and don't want to do, don't do. And we are going to be blending out the edges as usual. If you have hooded eyes like me, here's a trick. If you apply your eyeshadow and it ends here, once you open your eyes, you're not going to see the eyeshadow anymore. You're only going to be seeing your crease. So let it go a bit above this line. So even if you open your eyes, you can still see your eyeshadow. I hope I'm making sense. So guys, what do you think? You're done with the eyeshadow. You know, with smoky eyes, there's no need lining your eyes, okay? Even with normal eyeshadow, some people will just leave it like that without lining. With smoky eyes, there's no need lining. Even if you want to line, this is how you go about it. You just line this part of it. If you line the inner corner, there's just a waste of time. So I recommend, I prefer lining from here. I'm just leaving it here. Okay, this is just fine. There's no need going all the way there because it's not going to show. Okay, so just do that and leave it there. I'm sure a lot of you struggle with your eyeliners. Even for me, it wasn't easy getting to know how to line my eyes. So if you guys want me to do a tutorial on eyelining, let me know in the comment section. Guys, if you've watched this to this point and you have still not subscribed, I don't know, guys, subscribe, okay? So I'm going to teach you something else. You know, if you have this primer, this is actually a primer, but it can also be used as a waterliner. So I'm going to be using this as my waterline today. Just bring it down and line. But if you're the kind of person who has teary eyes, don't do this. If you have a problem with your eye, don't do this. Don't try. You can just leave it like that. Nothing spoil, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to blend this and this. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm going to be blending this and this together for my lower lash line. So I'm going to be wearing a pair of lashes from Color Box. Okay, so I'll be doing my face really quickly and I'll show you the finished look. So I'm going to be adding a bit of glow right here. So this is all there is to this look. I hope you liked it. So until my next video, bye.